So we spoke to you earlier in the show about the weaponization of various efforts to protect people from the mystical term hate speech happening across every single Western nation, including the US. We say mystical because hate speech is a complete fabrication used by individuals or groups to silence speech they simply don't like. And if it was a real thing, it would fall into free speech protected by the First Amendment. Nonetheless, the previous administration, and this one, has pushed this hate speech hoax, which is beginning to shape into something extremely dystopian. How far will it go? Well, we only have to look to the UK to see how this is eventually weaponized against the citizens of that nation. This in from The Telegraph. The Labour government in the UK targets anti-migrant protesters with terrorist tracking software. A Whitehall disinformation unit used tools created to hunt for jihadists to find critics of asylum hotels, The Telegraph can reveal. The secretive team was this week revealed to have flagged concerning narratives about migrants to tech platforms during the Southport riots. The disclosure prompted the Trump administration and US congressmen to warn of a free speech crackdown in Britain. The Telegraph can now reveal that some of the tools used by the National Security and Online Information Team, or NSOIT, were originally developed to hunt terrorists. In 2017, ministers commissioned Faculty, an AI firm, to help search for recruitment videos posted by ISIL. So it's worth mentioning here that Faculty has been used by the government in the past, potentially also secret intelligence services. And at the time, use of the technology was strictly limited to stopping British social media users from encountering grisly beheading videos and calls to commit acts of terrorism. The firm developed tools that could automatically spot Islamic State content spreading online so it could be flagged to tech companies by the government. Well, the same firm has since been awarded a £2.3 million contract to develop a counter-disinformation data platform to look for posts that pose a, quote, national security and public safety risk. The Telegraph has established that the platform is a direct descendant of the tool used by the UK government to hunt for terrorists in 2017, although it has been since improved and updated. A video released by Faculty shows Matt Collins, the current UK Deputy National Security Advisor, explaining that the tool was required to prevent the spread of terrorist ideology. Faculty is understood to have sold the software to the government to monitor foreign interference in elections, but has no power to stop it from being used for domestic purposes, of course. A second firm enlisted to monitor online trends was Global Strategy Network, an intelligence outfit established by Richard Barrett, the former MI6 head of global counter-terrorism. The company has been used to look for content that could pose a risk to public safety, which includes posts about migrant hotels during the riots. On Thursday, The Telegraph revealed emails between the NSOIT and TikTok, which showed officials in August last year raising concerns about posts that could incite violence. We'll bring that up on screen there. They included posts about asylum hotels and reference to two-tier policing of protests, which later became a damaging political critique of Sir Keir Starmer's government. So you're not allowed to criticize the government, guys. They'll sick the counter-terrorism unit on you. And just zoning in on some of the things in that email, concerning narratives about the police and a two-tier system that we're seeing across the online environment. We're sharing some of that content here. There are examples, but I'm not able to click those links. We are keen to understand A, what content you are seeing across your platform, and B, any measures you've taken in response. We'd be grateful if you could come back to us on those 2 points as soon as you're able to. All the best. Well, the revelation that the team was using terrorist hunting software to monitor posts about immigration policy will raise further concerns about censorship of the internet by Labour. You don't say. Mr. Trump's State Department said on Friday it was concerned about free speech in Britain and would closely monitor the situation to ensure American companies were not censored. A delegation of US congressmen met Peter Kyle, the technology secretary, this week to make their fears of online censorship known. And while we're being told the US is apparently concerned about these free speech issues in the UK, President Trump, as we reported to you last week, was asked by a journalist in front of Keir Starmer during their press conference about that very topic. However, President Trump seemingly offered his support for Starmer and instead made a joke about him not censoring Truth Social because Trump only ever says nice things about Starmer on there. And as we mentioned, multiple bills are in progress in the United States for this hate speech issue, mainly surrounding foreign policy, actually. So how concerned is the US about free speech in the UK exactly if, as we shared in the first segment of this show, efforts are underway by Republicans to do similar things here? Some of the main people we've seen standing up to these efforts include Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, very, very staunch free speech advocates. And Thomas Massie, by the way, is someone that Trump is actively trying to get out of office as we speak. So what exactly is going on here, America? And how much of this is going to be tolerated?